And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. It is bedlam here. The hometown crowd loving that first half. I'm Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Andre Drummond having an outstanding game. He had 12 points and 8 rebounds. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
Well, I thought that turning point was when the bench came in. Those guys really hustled, and they gave the team some energy, and then they started to score baskets. That was a bonus.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Hawks?
They were strong in transition. Seemed like the guys fed off the higher tempo. Certainly, they definitely got the looks they wanted, playing an outstanding game. They can keep it up in the second half, they may wear the other side out.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
Team points. And if they keep draining the threes like they've been so far, their lead is safe. We come back right after this.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to
for Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. So long.
To do right there, Greg, and the timing was right on time.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Washington out in front, up by 3. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Indianapolis. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it's good to have you back. You're watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. This right here is Kenny the Jet Smith. This right here is Shaquille O'Neal. Me, I'm just Ernie. Bradley Beal putting in some incredible work. He had 16 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. The first 2 quarters went very well for him. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
They obviously crushed it from deep. They were firing it from every angle and kept hitting the target. I mean, look at the score. Obviously, a lot of things went right for them, but that's a big one.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Indiana?
Well, they were playing like it was Christmas, Ernie, giving up a lot of turnovers. There's no excuses for the turnover numbers, sloppy ball handling. They looked out of control, and the execution was all over the place.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
And 2K Sports from Indianapolis.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
To present our Jordan Player of the Game, Bradley Beal.
And I just love how assertive he's been at the offensive end tonight. That's really come across in his passing. He's been decisive, knowing just where to go with the ball and making some great feeds. The D hadn't been able to figure out what to do against this guy.
Teams need contributions from everybody to win on the road, not just the start. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. See you later. Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Boy, what a crowd joining us here for our halftime report. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 18 points, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Nets?
Well, the perimeter shooting is the reason they're ahead. I think we'll probably see more of that in the second half, especially if they can stay hot. Man, that's so hot, I got to take my suit off.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Phoenix?
They need to break it down. And I look at the individual areas that they're struggling, like they're getting pounded. I mean pounded, Ernie, on the boards. That's a hustle stat.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
We return.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that, Greg, putting it right in
For
the
our
pocket.
Jordan player of the game, DeAndre Ayton.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
And they were in danger of losing back-to-back games before he stepped to the forefront here tonight. This was not a game he was going to let get away from him. The rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith. The Diesel, that's Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of big-time action so far in this one. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. They had a slight edge on the scoreboard in the second quarter, but only by the slimmest of margins. Kenny, let's get your take on Charlotte.
Well, so far they won the battle of assists. They played more patiently and very unselfish in the first half. Good shot selection and nice flow of offense.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Boston?
I really like how they limited turnovers. You know, they didn't play it too safe. They made some really nice passes. When you can play like this and cut back turnovers, it can add up to over 10, 8, 12, 15, 16 easy points, Ernie. I don't know how many points, a lot of easy points. They'll be in good shape if they can keep making the same smart plays.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to. Yeah, no need for hero ball.
As our Jordan player of the game, Kemba Walker.
And guys, this really has been his night. He's done a lot of things well, but his scoring really put him over the top. You can see how determined he's been every time he's gotten his hands on the ball. Great drive and also great focus.
This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Zach LaVine led the way in the first half. He had 13 points, 3 assists, and 1 steal. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, their success was largely about second chance points. They crashed the offensive boards heavy in the first half. I love how they fight for every 50-50 ball like it's the last ball on earth.
Shaq, how do you think Cleveland played?
Aggressive. I called them up earlier. I like it. They're taking it hard to the rack, dictating the pace, setting the physical tone. You're not going to get that by launching threes all night. Everybody knows that.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
Phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players,
We'll
not
wrap it
just
up,
creating
folks.
for yourself.
For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still one half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Big-time play throughout the first half for Jimmy Butler. He ended up with 17 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 steals. The first 2 quarters went very well for him. Kenny, let's start with you. What'd you think about the Heat?
Well, they built this lead in large part because of the sharpshooters off the bench. The subs played a superb game. Get it? Subs, superb. Oh, I'm rolling tonight. I mean, they played like starters.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Magic.
They relied way too heavily on the three-point shot in the first half. Their long-range game was off. That's my off sound, Ernie. They were off. But they still settle for the outside shots. They got to put more pressure on the defense by pounding it inside and attacking the basket.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
Terrific in this game. We've got more in store for you right after this.
true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. And these
also
guys
they play
are
the game the right way. They have such a good understanding and a good feel. Those are some of the guys that stand out for me.
That was a good list. You're right. We'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Tremendous first half. Glad to have you back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. A pretty close game for the Kings throughout the first quarter. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they trailed by was 5. They had a slight edge on the scoreboard in the second quarter, but only by the slimmest of margins. What'd you think about Sacramento, Kenny?
Well, I love the way they're pushing the tempo, beating the defense down the floor, filling the lanes, finishing with authority, Ernie, getting to the rim and finishing hard.
Shaq, how do you think New Orleans played?
I think it was their passing that's kept them in the game. You can see it in their assist numbers. They were very, very unselfish. The ball moving from side to side, guys making good cuts. It's enabled them to create a lot of chances. As long as they stay on the same page and keep working together, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
Right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not
And our
something
Jordan
that the
player of the
majority
game, Marvin Bagley.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
That's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later. The offense they need right now. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith. The Diesel, that's Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of big-time action so far in this one. Andrew Wiggins led the way in the first half. He ended up with 22 points, 3 assists, and 1 steal. There was a lot to like about his first 2 quarters in this one. And, Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
They obviously came in wanting to push the action. And so far, so good. They're looking to get easy transition baskets because the other team is not getting back on defense.
And, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Thunder.
Well, I thought the one bright spot was the effort on the glass. Several times when momentum was sliding, getting a timely rebound really lifted them. Strong work on the glass is key because that's how you string together a series of big stops.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your
Now,
teammates,
Jordan
Greg.
player of the game, Chris Paul.
And guys, this really has been his night. He's done a lot of things well, but his scoring really put him over the top. You can see how determined he's been every time he's gotten his hands on the ball. Great drive and also great focus offensively.
For now, for Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you next time. Been absolutely tremendous. Back right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports, the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Boy, we have a lot to discuss. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 12 points and 1 rebound. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
When Paul George plays with high energy, he goes to a level others can't reach. He defends 4 and 5 positions. On the other end, it's effortless for him to create good looks. One of the most intriguing players to watch when he's on his game.
Shaq, how'd you think the Warriors were playing?
They were strong in transition. Seemed like the guys fed off the higher tempo. Certainly, they definitely got the looks they wanted. Playing an outstanding game. They can keep it up in the second half, they may wear the other side out.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See everybody with Kevin Harlan.
And dictating the pace. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. For our Jordan player of the game, Klay Thompson.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Some big-time action already in this one. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. C.J. McCollum was on fire in the first half. He ended up with 15 points and 5 assists. What'd you think about Portland, Kenny?
Well, they're putting bodies on people. If you just look at the rebounding numbers, you can tell that they've been putting their body on and being more physical than the other team. Now, that fact looms large on both sides, and that's going to be the difference in the second half.
And, Shaq, what did you see from Dallas?
Well, one thing happened that really helped them out. Their bench came in and played absolutely beautiful. Gave them a huge boost. Not just trying to hold court, but actually putting points on the scoreboard. These guys should be starting, Ernie.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See everybody with Kevin Harlan.
Want to give the opponent any time to get them back.
And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers. With a 10-point lead, some breathing room heading into the break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll return shortly.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
They've been lazy on the backboard and have allowed way too many second chance points.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, C.J. McCollum.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. For joining us, that'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. See you later.
Boys and get the shot off just in time.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. Scoring, rebounding, he was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it's good to have you back. You're watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. This right here is Kenny the Jet Smith. This right here is Shaquille O'Neal. Me, I'm just Ernie. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 13 points, 4 assists, and 1 block. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
This is how you know the king is not playing with you. LeBron taking over the first half, wanting to leave nothing to chance. Just dominate, baby. Just dominate. His athleticism at his size and this far in his career, remarkable.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Grizzlies.
Well, one thing happened that really helped them out. Their bench came in and played absolutely beautiful. Gave them a huge boost. Not just trying to hold court, but actually putting points on the scoreboard. These guys should be starting, Ernie.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Control the pace. Get it to the right guy at the right time. These requirements top the list if you're a good point guard.
Of our Jordan player of the game, LeBron James.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan. That's going to do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.